Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my full review on the Laulima Metalcraft Hoku. This is a pocket flashlight that I picked up from Urban EDC Supply. I don't know if they have any more right now. I know you can follow Laulima on Instagram. Really cool dudes, two guys who work in a shop in the USA and make custom flashlights. They occasionally do drops on Instagram and I believe their website. I'll link all that below. I picked this up on a whim. I saw the Instagram post from Urban EDC Supply and I was like, ooh, that looks kind of cool. And I had really been trying to find a more premium flashlight. So the light I've been using for a while now, I went through some O-lights and I ended up getting the Pineapple Mini from Raylight, and I got a stonewashed one, and then I ended up with this polished titanium one. Runs on a 10440 or a AAA. Has a tail switch like this. Has 3 modes. You can program it to do other stuff. Very good pocket clip, deep carry, carries extremely well. It's lightweight, it's thin, it's small, it works excellent. This thing is a home run. It's like 50 bucks, and they start in like aluminum or something for like 30. Just stupid, but it's made in China, right? And it has some drawbacks. I've had to replace the tail switch a couple times because they kind of are finicky with the way the cat works and everything. Yeah, so that's the Raylight, and I've always wanted to try, not always, I recently was like, I spend upwards of, I've spent $1,100 on a pocket knife. Well, what if I tried something more premium in a flashlight? Will I get the same kind of quality and feeling that I do with knives? So, like, you can buy a knife like this for, I don't know, 60, 70 bucks, something like that. You're getting micarta and you're getting, AR RPM 9 or S35VN, whatever variant you get. You get great action, but it's made in China. Comparable, right? Civivi knives, that kind of stuff. But you can also buy something like this. This is the Holt Blade Works Haptic. This is made in the United States by 2 people in their shop. It's excellently machined. It has incredible tolerances. It has unbelievable action. Has just a pop to it. It drops close. It's got a near mirrored polish blade. Right? Tolerances, again, are amazing. And it costs $900. They go up to about $2,000. This flashlight right here, made by 2 dudes in a shop in the US. This one costs $400. Yep, I said that. 400 doll hairs of my money I spent on this flashlight. I know. It's incredible. It's a lot of money. It's kind of crazy, actually. I'm thinking back on it, but it's been a month and a half, maybe more at this point that I've had this. I have not regretted this one time. Maybe early on I regretted it at first, but I gave it a chance, and I am absolutely so happy I did. And it makes me want to try other cool flashlights at this point. I'm kind of hooked, right? I haven't done that yet just because there's a lot of knives I've been buying and I need to chill, but let's take a look at it real quick. So you have this beautiful titanium that is milled just excellently. I mean, look at the patterns they have in here. And then they anodize it, all this blue color. They come in all different kinds of milling and colors and stuff. Even more right here. You have the clip screws, and the clip has a little ceramic ball in it. I will say the clip is rather tight. They can adjust that for you if you get one you think it's too tight. I did it first, but you don't want to lose your flashlight. And I have actually lost flashlights before. Not this one. I've lost my O-lights because of the stupid clip. And I actually have had this pop out of my pocket because of the way the clip is. It's very, very light retention. And it would catch on something when I sit down. And because my pockets are like loaded, right? 2 knives, a flashlight, a pry bar. Got something in every pocket. And like it would catch on my desk chair at work and just come out. And I'd have to pick it off the floor. This thing is not going anywhere once it's in your pocket. But that does mean you kind of have to shove it in and pull it out. It's You know, that's what she said, but that's how it goes. It's up to you. You can have it adjusted. Anyway, that's their logo for Laulima Metalcraft. I believe they're kind of like a Hawaiian aesthetic to their stuff. The Hoku is the name of this knife flashlight. There is this copper ring right here with some fullers in it. I do wish that it would have stayed copper, so I wish I would have known what clear coat was before I bought this. I didn't. I do know that I could probably get it back to copper and then do that. I just haven't. I don't know. At this point, it is what it is, and I kind of like how it is. But if I had to do it again, I would clear coat it, or I would ask them to, or I would hope they did a version with that. Or they did a version without copper, because I don't like the extra weight it adds and the look. But there is a reason to have copper on a flashlight like this. It helps with the conductivity of heat and stuff. So it kind of disperses the heat more than like metal would, or steel would, sorry, or titanium. So there is a purpose for why they put copper on flashlights like this. That's my explanation. I'm sure there's a better one. And then it kind of closes out with this really nice polished titanium and really cool bezel here with more milling and anodizing. And there's your bulb or whatever you want to call it. And it's a twisty light. So this is how you actuate it. This is also how you take it apart. So that comes off. And then your 10440, that's what this runs on, goes in here. You want the flat top ones, and they actually link these on their site to another website called Illumini or something like that. And I bought like 3 of these off of there. They're cheap. It's called eFest, and there's 350 mAh, and there's some info in case you want to try to get one. There's kind of like, here, let me read that. There you go. If you want the skew or whatever. All right. That goes into your barrel thingy right here. Bang. And then the cap goes on. There's that. If you want to see in there, you can. I think that's their logo. I'm not sure. That's the programmable shit or whatever. I'm not an expert on flashlights, so if you came here for that, I'm sorry. You're going to have to probably research this light a little bit more. I don't know. They have a couple different, I don't know if they call them bezels or what, actuator things or whatever. So they have one that throws the light more and one that kind of pinpoints the light more. And I believe this one's more of like a thrower, or no, I think this one's more of a pinpointer. I forget. So anyway, what you do is you tighten this down. You see that O-ring? It's freaking stout. Like, that is a good O-ring. And it needs to be because this is a Twisty. So now it's not going anywhere. It's not going to come off on accident. Look at all these turns I have to do to get it off. So to turn it on, you have to twist it on, right? And then to go through modes, it actually does have a lot of programmability. You can look it up on their website or ask them. It didn't come with that information, which kind of was weird. Like, it didn't come with a card that says, this is how you program it. I had to, like, ask them, and then they sent it to me. But this is the low mode, I believe. And I have it set to where it goes, I believe, 10, 40, 100% power, right? So, like, 10% power, 40, 100. And I have it set where every time you first turn it on, it doesn't remember where you were last, because they do have a mode where it'll remember you did medium last, right? And then it'll start with medium the next time. I have it set to not have memory, so it'll always start at 10, and that's just how I want it, because that way I know what I'm always doing. And so essentially you turn it once to get it to 10, turn quickly off on, and you'll get it to the medium, which I think is 40, and then one more, and I have to do that faster, and there I'm at 100, right? And then it'll go back through. And then every time I turn it off, it goes back to regular, medium, high, low, medium. I don't know. I'm going too fast, I think. Hold on. Low, medium. What is going on? Let's try this again. Low, medium, high. Low, medium, high. Low, medium. See how it's jumping? It's just me doing it too fast. There we go. Low, medium, high. Okay. Sorry, that was just me. And then you want to make sure when you turn it off that you turn it enough of a turn that it actually can't get bumped. Because look, I turned it just a tiny bit. And I can push down and it'll actually turn on. If you want that, that's kind of cool because then you can do this. You can kind of pinch it on, which is not terrible instead of having to twist it. But you get used to just doing the twisty. So then you want to just do like, I don't know, an eighth turn or something. And then it can't. I just got used to a certain turn that I know it won't turn back on. And it's not like coming off or anything. Like you would have to from here do. Still can't pull it off. Still can't. Like it's not just gonna like that was my fear. It was like it's dumb that it's the battery cylinder and it's the power. Like, but it's not. It's fine. You just turn it to there and it's fine. It's not gonna turn on in your pocket. It's not gonna fall off. It still takes some pressure to turn it, if you know what I mean. So that's how it works. And again, they come with different, if you're into that sort of thing and you know what you're talking about, they come with different, I don't know, what chips in there or whatever, like a Raptor chip or a Apache chip or whatever you guys call them. I like it the way mine is. It does what I need it to do perfectly. If I drop my keys, I can look around. If I need it to, like, the other day I had to be looking under my fridge to, like, because there was a drip, and it's easy to just turn on. It's one thing I like about it. You can turn on and just set it down, and you don't have to be holding it in a certain way to have it work. I do wish they made a version of this with a tail switch, and they said they don't make a reliable enough tail switch in this size for them to use. And that was kind of funny to me because I'm like, wait, this one uses that battery and has a tail switch. Well, I've had to replace these tail switches before. I've had to replace it once on both of the ones I've had because it just started crapping out. I've also had issues where this says it takes that flat top battery like this one does, but those stopped working and I had to start using the ones that had a little bit of a tip on it like a AAA. And then this now works perfectly fine. Look, I'll show you. That's what I have in here. You're supposed to use the flat top, but look, I'm not. I'm using the one with the tip, and it wouldn't work with the flat top. So these tend to have issues. And again, I mean, you're paying $50 for it or whatever. And Raylight does a great job with customer service. Once you get a hold of them, it's fine. You know, you get what you pay for, though, I guess, which you get a lot for what you pay for this. But you do get what you pay for here. You know, and this is all machined in an American shop by two dudes. You got to expect it to cost money. You know, that's just how it works. And it's essentially a luxury item like the Halt haptic I was talking about. It's just, you know, I'm not saying this is greatest tolerances like the Halt haptic. If you want to have that whole conversation, that's fine. But I've really enjoyed this. I haven't had a single issue with it other than I accidentally like reprogrammed it in my pocket once or something. I was turning it on and off, messing with it. And like the way to program it is to turn it on and off like 7 times real fast. And then it goes through modes. You have to like turn at a certain point to set modes or whatever. And I must have accidentally reset it because it went from like the mode I had it in to only having low and medium. And then I was like, wait, what happened? And I emailed them, and that's when they sent me the sheet, and I learned how to program it. And now I can set it to a million different things, which is cool. I like that. And I like having it set to low, medium, high, even though I keep fucking that up. Low, medium, high. I'm just not going back far enough. I'm doing this, and it's jumping. Low, medium, high. And I absolutely love it. Battery life has been great. This is still, I think, the first charge on the new battery I put in there. I've had it probably 3 weeks on that battery without charging it. And, you know, I don't use it like crazy. I probably use it once a day for, you know, like, let's say I average that I use it on low or medium for like a minute a day total, right? And some days it's more like today I used it for like 5 minutes because I was messing with the fridge. Or was that yesterday? I forget. So anyway, I just want to do a full review on this. It comes in a, what does it come in? Oh, shit, I can't remember. I don't want to be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's just like a little pouch thing or whatever. It's cool. And you have to buy the battery. It comes separately. 90% sure on that. Yeah, because it's some kind of legal thing here. You can't ship with batteries. So I would suggest if you get one of these, just go to their site, find the link to this battery. If I remember, I'll put it below. And you can just order the 10440s. You can get them online as well. I will say I ordered ones that look kind of like this on Amazon, but they're like a dark blue. I believe Raylight kind of advertises them. If you order one of these with the 10440, he'll actually ship it with it. It comes with that like dark blue one of these that you can get on Amazon for cheap. Not much cheaper than the one in here, but cheap. And it comes right from Amazon. But I will say I've ordered sets of 2 of those twice, and I've had one of them crap out every time. So like it literally took the charge one time, and then it wouldn't charge. And I had to just chuck the battery because it wouldn't charge. So I'd rather just invest in, I think these were like $4 per battery, and I bought 3, and then shipping. I paid like $20, and I got 3 or 4 of these batteries delivered to me. If you're going to buy a $400 light, you might as well get good batteries. I mean, that's just dumb. And then I bought a Nightcore D2 charger because these guys, I asked them what they used, and they recommended that. So that is the Hoku from Laulima Metalcraft. Just for size comparison, I should have done this. One of the keys to a pocket flashlight for me is size. It needs to be slim like this. I don't like AA flashlights. I don't like these big old things from Olight. I just won't carry it because it's going in my right front pocket. It needs to sit next to my phone. It just needs to disappear, essentially, right? So here is the Raylight Pineapple Mini, and here's the Hoku. I mean, they're basically the same size. The Hoku is a little thicker and a little shorter. Now, they do, again, make these custom. So they have, when they drop them, there's ones that are shorter than this. There's ones that are longer. There's ones that are slightly thinner. Like, they're variants, but it's pretty much this is what you're going to get. So there's your size comparison. You can also see it next to this Artisan Sirius. Let me grab a knife. Maybe more people would know. Here's the Vox F5.5. Right there. So it's not taking up a ton of room in your pocket. And it's an excellent flashlight. It works fantastically. And I've really enjoyed it overall. And I'm glad I made the jump, or whatever you want to call it. And to me, I see the value. But I get it. A lot of people are just going to call me bougie and whatever. That's fine. Go get your Pineapple Mini. I still think this is a great light. This will be my backup light for the foreseeable future. So I recommend this light very much as well. I think they sell these at Urban EDC Supply as well. Oh, which reminds me, I have a link to Urban EDC Supply if you guys want any of this stuff. I don't know what's available, but you can go. They have flashlights of all different kinds. I have an affiliate link below. I get a little bit of commission. It helps the channel if you want to do that. If you buy anything from there, maybe try that link if you want. But that's it, guys. Really loving this thing. So glad I tried it. It was just one of those things that, like, you want to try, like a nicer pen, nicer knife, you know. And it worked out for me. So I'm going to probably look for something else. I've heard a Kluma is really good. It's just hard to find those. So if you have any leads or whatever, let me know. But that is the Hoku from Laulima Metalcraft. Absolute gem for me. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Oh, and this kind of looks like a dude with a beard, right? Look at that. Little bearded flashlight dude. So I will catch you guys later.